Hello, I'm William Repicci. I'm the president and CEO of the Lymphatic Education and Research Network, and I truly appreciate this opportunity to speak with physicians here in India. I come from New York City, but our organization is an international organization focused on lymphatic diseases. So that does include lymphedema and lipedema, but it also includes a whole host of other diseases that people are born with genetically, due to hereditary in the lymphatic field. Beyond that, we do lymphatic research. So we are interested in the entire panoply of lymphatics that include cardiovascular diseases, obesity, Crohn's disease, diabetes, cancer metastasis, all of these that play into the lymphatic system. If I had one message for the physicians in India, if you think somehow things here might be very different than in the United States, my sense is probably not. And that is, in the United States, we find that a great many physicians, especially when it comes to the general practitioners, are not able to identify lymphatic diseases. They only spend 15 to 30 minutes studying the lymphatic system when they are in medical school, and as a result, they are at a loss to be able to identify, diagnose, and as a result, treat the disease. So what happens? Patients come in with swelling, and doctors very often say, well, I'll give you a diuretic. It's a water problem. Sometimes they even say, oh, we need to amputate that particular limb, but they don't identify the lymphedema. Earlier today, Dr. Stanley Roxon, who is the chair of lymphatic medicine at Stanford University, actually told me about one patient that came in. They had gone to their doctor in Central California. You would think California, or a rich state, doctors should know all this. The doctor told the patient, who had had a radical hysterectomy and had lymphedema in both legs, that there is no such thing as lymphedema. That if she wanted to get rid of the swelling, she should stand against the wall with her legs in the air. Now, this is the kind of thing that is still going on. So we desperately need doctors to become more sophisticated about this disease because patients are suffering terribly at this point. They are suffering because we don't have more treatments for them, but they are also suffering from the neglect of people making it sound as if their disease isn't that important because we don't have treatments for it. In the United States, our rates of lymphedema due to breast cancer, for instance, is between 30 to 40%. Melanoma, 10 to 15%. Gynecological cancers as well. There are also those who have it as a result of bacterial infections or other surgeries. So the number is up to 10 million Americans are suffering from this disease. And what is curious is most people have never heard of it. And yet I look at other diseases in the United States. AIDS, for instance. About 300,000 Americans have AIDS. About 500,000 Americans have multiple sclerosis. About 30,000 Americans have ALS. We have heard of all these diseases, but most times we mention lymphedema and no one has heard of it. So we really need physicians all over the world to join our World Lymphedema Day event, which is on March 6th. You can go online to lymphaticresearch.org and learn more about this event, but countries all over the world celebrate it in order to bring attention to this disease. Patients need you to be part of this movement and advocates because we need more research. Research means we need more money. And once that happens, there will be more treatments that you as physicians can use to do what it is that you want to do. And that is to treat the body and also the soul of those patients who come to you suffering terribly from this disease. Far too often, because doctors don't know how to treat this disease, they leave patients with the sense that the disease is not that important. However, there is not a week that goes by that we either don't have a patient who dies because they got a bacterial infection, cellulitis, as a result of lymphedema, because it means the immune system isn't working well. And we need to focus on the severity of this disease, and we need you at the forefront of helping to bring attention to how serious this disease is and giving comfort to those patients who actually suffer from it. So thank you again, once again, for having the opportunity to speak to you here in Mumbai, India. We are delighted to be here presenting. And again, good luck to all of you.